up on 38 pretty strong. I could hear you in there real strong, but he's just coming in and hammering. He's got the condition at the moment there. You got operator Ken, Kilo Echo November. We're about 20 miles north of Nashville here, Roger.
Roger on that, Ken. Just a little bit north of Nashville. Yeah, this is Brad here, Bravo Romeo Alpha Delta. Brad, and I'm about 65 miles southwest of Toronto, about 80 miles north of the Great Lakes, Roger.
Hey, QSL, Brad, well, I'll tell you what, there, it's nice to get some conditions up in Ontario there. Y'all good operators up there. I hate to say it there. Sometimes New York comes in there and they just hammer. I've been off the radio for 10 years, just started back again. And, boy, New York, when they come in there, sometimes they'll hammer me and hold that channel on 3850 down. But, well, I'll tell you what, it's always good to talk to Ontario. That's one of the stations I've been making some pretty good contacts with. I'm talking on the new radio. It's an old vintage radio, but it's new to me. It's a President Jackson blackface there, right?
I copy that, yeah. Well, the old stuff, talk about the old stuff there. I had a new Galaxy base on here, and I had it 3 weeks and smoked that. That didn't take long. So I got this old TRC Navajo 490 out of the basement. I've had it about 35 years, and that's what I'm chugging away on right now. Copy?
I'll tell you what, you can't beat them. You can't beat what they'll do there. They're real good sounding radios. It's a shame, but realistic Radio Shack quit making some of that stuff there, because some of that stuff just really is good there. As a kid, I wanted one of those radios. I finally got a Sears sideband and talk skip, and I've been hooked ever since the 70s there, Roger.
Me too. I took a break there for about 15 years. Propagation went away there for a while, as you know, and this and that, and kind of lost interest. But I never sold it. I just packed it away, and it was just sitting down there for years, and I just pulled it out of there and put up an Antron there for a while. Actually, I ran a 4-element beam there for a little while, and then I got rid of that, too much hassle. And I got one of those IMAX 2000s, and this whole radio was stock mic, couple of speakers, and a little Texas Star 350, Roger.
Hey, QSL, well, it's doing you an excellent job. It really is. I'm talking on the Antron 99. Don't have it very high up. I've only got about 25 feet there, 30 feet maybe, against the old thrift store over here. My girlfriend runs a thrift store, and I just set up shop over here. I got a Mako V-Quad with some tower I'm going to put up out there just west of where I'm at right now there next to the Kentucky border. And hopefully I can get some contacts up in there with it there, Roger.
For sure, V-Quad, man. I was always fascinated with those. I never did own one, and I was always kind of fascinated. Those things, they work really well, and just a point of interest for you there. If you run across an IMAX, they kind of talk about them a little bit here and there, and the easiest way to define the two is the IMAX is what they say head and shoulders above the Antron, and it's got better ears and it's got a little more punch to it too. So if you run across an IMAX, grab that and put the Antron, fly a flag on it or something.
Well, you know, actually, I could kind of kick myself because when I bought that Mako V-Quad with that tower, I also got a IMAX, and then I sold it to a guy, and I should have kept it and sold him his Antron. I got the Antron after the IMAX there, Roger.
The Antron's good too. I got one at the other end of my property there, and I use that as a backup. But yeah, you can. Yeah, they like to go high. If you can get them up high, they work real good. But I noticed I just swing. I'd switch from one to the other, and that description's pretty good. Head and shoulders, I guess about 15% better. And I don't run a lot of power through it, but I put them droopers on the bottom too. They didn't cost very much, so I stuck them on there. It's up about 36 feet, one wavelength, and no maintenance at all, man. You just leave it up there. It wobbles around a lot. When you get a bit of wind, you think he's going to bend in half. It flops around and all that, but it works real good.
Hey, QSL on that there. Well, I'll tell you what there, you're right about that. I had an old Antron 99 out there in Nebraska. I was off of it for 10 years, but I had a really good station out there. And I used an Antron 99, but I had it up about 70 feet there, and I enjoyed it. But I'm definitely looking at, I got a fellow down here that makes antennas, real good antennas. Goes by the handle of the Wild Bill, or he makes beams there. And I might get him to make me a beam later on there, Roger.
Copy that. We had a pro element Wilson there, and
QSK.
Radio Shack's happy in that little Texas Star, made in the USA. It just works like a champion, and I don't feed a lot of power into it. I hold it back here quite a bit, but I'm happy with it.
Hey, QSL on that. Well, I'll tell you what, I understand that there. It's that, I tell you what you're working on now is doing you an excellent job. I heard somebody went unkeyed there a while ago, get a QSK in there. Go ahead, QSK.
Hello there, Tim. 9 Tango, Mike, coming back to you, mate.
QSL, I didn't quite get your numbers there. Give me your numbers again there, but I got a good signal on you. Come on back.
9 Tango, Mike, it's Sam in Toronto there, Tim.
Hey, QSL 9 Tango Mike, good evening to you again there. That radio still sounding good there, Roger.
Thank you very much there, Tim. Save some flowers there for yourself. You've got a great bouquet coming your way. That station's getting stronger and stronger. 5 and 9 up here, Tim. Great job.
Hey, QSL, well, I'm glad to hear the conditions are in there. They definitely, I'm glad that we finally got some, because we had a lot of rain down here, threw us off completely there. Can you hear the other station I'm talking to? Hey, Brad, do you hear 9 Tango Mike?
No, you're too far away. Can't hear him at all.
Okay, I think he's up there around there with you there. I talked to him, he's in Toronto there.
Toronto, sometimes I get him, sometimes I don't. If he's running a beam there, he won't be pointed my way probably. I'm quite a bit west.
Okay, that's what it is. You're in Ontario, he's in Toronto, Roger. Yeah, Brad, that thing's doing you a good job there. Like I say, I've got a real strong signal on you. What's your numbers again there, Brad?
Go by 1900, 1900.
Okay. If you don't care, I'm on YouTube it there, man. I wanted to, where these conditions was, I wanted to YouTube a few radios that was coming out of Ontario, man. Y'all smoking coming down here in Tennessee.
There's some, where I am in it's called Guelph, Ontario, Guelph, Guelph, Ontario. We used to have a lot of operators around here, but a lot of them fellows, they were probably my age when I was 40, and they've kind of passed away there over the years, and there's only a handful of us left up here now in Guelph, but Toronto's pretty big in it. There's some big stations out of there.
Yeah, that's where I've been hearing a lot of my sideband stuff has been around. Been up north, up in Ontario, Toronto, and I hear Michigan coming in sometimes. And my first yesterday was a bad day for DXing, but I did get over in Hawaii just for a minute there. But I was glad to do it there because the way my setup is not the greatest in the world. I don't run a whole lot. I'm only running about 125. But I tried to get my audio straightened out there so at least they could hear me pretty good there, Roger.
Man, 125, it's working, that radio's working really good for you. That was a real good buy. Like I say, I'm getting kind of used to the old stuff. You don't get the highs and lows and the modulation and the ears aren't as good, but you just kind of work your way through it, but they never cause any trouble. In 35 years, all I did, I blew a final out of this one time, and that was my own fault. And other than that, I never had to tighten a screw or loosen a bolt or anything, Roger.
Yeah, QSL, that's why I like them, man. These old things. Now, I've got a 148 GTL. I had a friend start it up for me, and that's where I got this President Jackson from. And I had a HR 2510 and let him put it on the desk over there. And I got the President Jackson, and then he fired my 148 GTL up there, so I'll probably the next few days be on that on the radio there, Roger.
Copy that. Yeah, I bought a new online there on eBay. I bought a brand new 148, and man, I tell you, it was a disaster. The new one came out of China.